He was up against some of the most ruthless armies in the world. He didn't possess a secret superweapon, nor did he have the advantage of numbers. Yet, he executed a single strategic maneuver that permanently altered the fate of the world's most heavily fortified city. In just one day, over 800 years have passed, but the entire world still speaks his name with profound respect: Saladin. This is the story of an impossible siege and the brilliant mastermind who reshaped Jerusalem forever. In the 12th century, the Middle East was a complete powder keg. When Jerusalem fell during the First Crusade in 1099, it wasn't just a military defeat. It was a massive, devastating turning point for millions of people. The Crusaders had firmly rooted themselves in the region, and driving them out seemed entirely impossible. That is, until Saladin arrived. In his youth, he was just an ordinary, unremarkable soldier. No one could have predicted that he would one day completely redraw the map. Saladin's greatest strength wasn't his sword, it was his deadly patience. At the time, the Islamic world was fractured by internal conflicts. Saladin knew he had to unite these pieces first. Through years of flawless diplomacy and sheer military genius, he forged Egypt and Syria into a single, unstoppable force. Now, he had only one ultimate goal: Jerusalem. But the road to the holy city led straight through one of the most lethal traps in history. The perfect opportunity arrived in 1187. The Crusaders assembled a massive army, but Saladin waited for their arrogance to drive them into a fatal mistake. And that mistake came. The Crusader army marched far away from water sources in the scorching midsummer heat, right into the middle of the desert. Saladin trapped his enemy exactly where he wanted them, dehydrated, exhausted, and completely helpless. When the Battle of Hattin began, the sun was absolutely punishing. Saladin, a highly disciplined army, struck at the exact right second, shattering the Crusader lines and wiping out their forces. The gates to Jerusalem were now wide open. When the siege of Jerusalem began, panic spread like wildfire through the city. Everyone assumed the bloody massacres of 1099 would repeat themselves. But when Saladin entered the gates, he made a decision that shocked the world. There was no grand revenge and no mass slaughter. Instead, he allowed the citizens to leave safely in exchange for a fair ransom.
This noble act transformed him into a legendary figure, not just in his own world,
but in the eyes of his bitterest enemies. When the news reached Europe, it sent shockwaves through the continent. King Richard the Lionheart of England led a massive new crusade to retake the city, sparking one of the greatest rivalries in human history: Saladin and Richard. Two legendary commanders from two completely different worlds. Yet, despite fighting relentlessly on the battlefield, they shared a profound mutual respect. In fact, when Richard fell dangerously ill, Saladin famously sent him his personal physicians and fresh fruit. What makes Saladin unforgettable centuries later isn't just the battles he won, but the unmatched justice and mercy he showed when he held all the power. So, what do you think? Who truly possessed the superior military mind, Richard the Lionheart or Saladin?
Let's spark a debate in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. If you love discovering the hidden strategies that change the course of history,
make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.